Reports are now stating that Tottenham face paying Feyenoord more than £6 million in compensation to land Arne Slot due to plans to hire his two trusted coaches amid growing tension at the Dutch club over their manager's future. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Now, the latest on the Arne Slot situation, Feyenoord to Tottenham Hotspur. Many reports have been published today. The latest is from the Daily Mail, and they are stating that Tottenham face paying Feyenoord over the anticipated £6 million compensation fee to make Arne Slot their next head coach amid plans to appoint two of his trusted coaches. The Daily Mail is stating that Slot is emerging as a serious option to replace current interim boss Ryan Mason at Spurs ahead of next season. And importantly, the highly rated coach is attracted to the position. Formal discussions between Tottenham and Feyenoord are yet to take place. However, it has been widely recognised that the Dutch club would look to recoup a fee in the region of £6 million, a price linked to a release clause that kicks in next summer to free Slot from his Feyenoord contract. The Dutch club will demand over that due to plans from Slot to bring in coaches Pusic and Hulsoff with him to North London. Sources have indicated that there are growing tensions behind the scenes at Feyenoord over Arne Slot's future. It is understood a key meeting is planned between the Dutch club and Arne Slot's agent later this week. Feyenoord have offered Slot a new deal worth over £2.5 million, one of the most lucrative contracts in the club's history. However, the club are resigned to Arne Slot's agent, informing them that Slot wants to leave for Tottenham during talks on Wednesday. The expectation is for Tottenham to formalise their interest with the Dutch club, and once Feyenoord are informed of his intention to depart. However, Arne Slot's plan to bring in Pusic and Hulsoff with him will complicate his departure. Because Arne Slot's £6 million release clause cannot be activated until 2024, Spurs will be required to negotiate the 44-year-old's exit from the Dutch club. There has been an understanding that Feyenoord would accept a figure similar to next season's release clause this year. However, the Dutch champions are set to demand more money if Arne Slot insists on taking Pusic and Hulsoff with him. Slot's potential move to Tottenham has also led to anger at Feyenoord because they have already committed to signing two of his transfer targets worth a combined total of around £7 million. Also in this report from the Daily Mail, it says that last week Tottenham had accelerated their interest in Arne Slot. Exploratory talks with regards to appointing Slot are understood to have taken place on Thursday and continued into Friday. And Arne Slot has refused to shoot down talks of a move to Tottenham, which has fueled speculation of his emergence as the club's #1 target. Luis Enrique is another strong candidate for the vacancy, but it is increasingly clear that Spurs are focusing on securing a deal for Arne Slot. Now, my thoughts on this story from the Daily Mail today: Arne Slot to Tottenham Hotspur, and Fabrizio Romano has also stated that Arne Slot is the front runner to become the new Tottenham Hotspur manager. There is clear interest in Arne Slot. This is not just paper talk. A number of trusted journalists have stated that Arne Slot is the front runner to become the next Tottenham Hotspur manager. And on paper, he seems like the perfect candidate for Spurs. He done extremely well at AZ before, of course, COVID hit. He was second in the league with AZ, same points as Ajax, done extremely well there. Of course, COVID then hit, that all went wrong. And then he took the Feyenoord job. He's been at Feyenoord for 2 years. In his first year, he took them to the Europa Conference League final and took them to third in the league table. And of course, this season, he has just won the Dutch league with Feyenoord. He has impressed everybody. He has played super entertaining football. He has integrated a number of young players. And he's had a number of players taken away from him as well. He's signed some fairly decent stars for his side. On paper, as I've said, he seems to be the perfect fit, and he seems to be a young and up-and-coming manager that plays entertaining and attractive football. But of course, I know what a lot of people will say. I'm saying it myself. It is the Dutch league. The Dutch league is, of course, very different to the English league. But I feel that the next appointment at Spurs, anyone is going to be a risk, isn't it? Whatever name you come out with, if you put out in social media, I like this guy, someone is going to criticise. You're never, ever going to please everybody. But as I've said, on paper, Arne Slot seems to be a great fit at Spurs. The only thing I'm a little bit baffled about is Fabrizio Romano even said it himself last night. Spurs want to appoint a director of football first, and the director of football and the board then want to choose the manager, not the other way round. And if Spurs did get this done first, Arne Slot coming in and then the director of football coming in after, I would be surprised by that. Unless Spurs have already lined somebody up, they've already got a deal in mind, and this one is just about to be sorted, and they are now lining Arne Slot up for the position of the new head coach. So interesting times. Of course, we all know as Spurs fans, we're all very used to waiting for announcements 72 days before we appointed Nuno Espirito Santo. But we need to do things differently now. We need to do things differently as a club. We need to be successful. And it'd be interesting to see, of course, Sunday, whether we get European football as well, because whoever comes in, will they face not having any European football at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium next season? Can they concentrate on the league? Can they concentrate on winning a trophy, Carabao Cup or the FA Cup? Will we take it seriously under a different head coach in the future? Lots of questions to be answered, lots of decisions to be made at the football club. Director of football still needs to be put in place. Head coach still needs to be put in place. And as I've said many, many times on this channel, whoever comes in as the director of football and the head coach, they have got a serious amount of work to do. Players going out the door, new players need to come in the door. It is going to be interesting, but I have absolutely no doubt that there'll be more videos coming out later on today, because there are so many developments at this football club right now. But it'll be interesting to see who will be appointed as the new head coach. And just very quickly on Arne Slot wanting to bring in his own coaches. Of course, all managers, all head coaches want to bring in their trusted coaching team. And I completely get that. So if Arne Slot did come to Spurs, I wouldn't be at all surprised that he wants his own coaching staff with him. And I think if Spurs really want the man, if they really want him to come to the football club and be this manager that is going to take us forward, and we're going to give him time, money, at this football club, then you need to give him what he wants and give him assurances, give him money to spend in the summer. Of course, I have absolutely no doubt, and as I've said this a million times, so many players need to go out the door in the current squad. And of course, all of those players coming back from loan, Tongion Ndombele, Giovanni Lo Celso, the list is absolutely endless. So much to do, as I've said. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good day. Come on, you Spurs.